Yeah. Good morning, everybody. My name is Santhosh.akki. I'm today presenting the paper reference number 071/LKA25. And the title is Accessing the Efficiency and Effectiveness of E-Governance Services and Empirical Study. So, this is the presentation. My name is Santosh Basavaraj Akki, and the next slide is a co-author is Vijayalakshmi and Shashidhar and Pooja. So the introduction of our paper is the state. The main statement of government services is government fails means nothing fails. But if the government services are fails, everything fails. That is the main motto of the this research study. Means politically we think that if any of the government services are fails, that refers to the specific instance where political administration makes incorrect decisions and that fails to achieve a particular policy goal or performs poorly in a specific area. It can be the localized issue or and it's a poorly managed public work projects or the single project. And if the governance fails, the healthcare, education, and society security, like the peoples are most affected. That is the main motto of our research study. And this is the uh, objective means the study investigates the key performance indicators, including service delivery speed, cost effectiveness, user satisfaction, transparency, inclusivity, with a focus of India and comparative insights from other developing nations also. And the case study for this is we have the Sakala in Karnataka and E-Seva in Andhra Pradesh, Swagat in Gujarat, Jnanadut in Madhya Pradesh, like all these are the service delivery system that is guarantee of services as mandatory for all successful government uh, endeavors. So we have the in time service to the all for end users is the motto of these government services. So we have studied the literatures, empirical studies, investigation, the integration, big data analytics in e-governance within the business management, decision sciences, social sciences, policy literatures. And the main aim of this study is the policy matters, like the public service delivery, how to reach the end user of the citizens and citizen. So, several meta analyses and systematic reviews have confirmed that e governance initiatives play a vital role in sustainable development and good governance. So, for sustainable development, only the media, the channel to reach the citizens is the uh, main motto of every government. So, the Bhagavad Gita based frames also tells the same, and philosophical traditions underscore the ethical and infrastructure foundations that are required for effective governance. It's striking that studies such as those of e-government by Eeks in 2006 and Bhatnagar have laid some foundations for the problems of implementing and managing e-government initiatives by emphasizing the role of a strong IT backbone and the readiness of institutions. So next, the strengthened digital infrastructure is undeserved areas focusing on accessible and affordable access to digital devices and reliable internet connectivity. So this is also the most important of internet connectivity to all the areas throughout the nations and globe. And next, the paper we studied raise awareness of the importance of digital literacy among the civilians and public officials through special training initiatives and informations. So this increased digitally literature capacity will enable users to effectively interact with e-governance applications and promote their usage. Then we studied promote collaborative working between department to deliver more joined up and reduce duplication of the work. This is the most probably the still now some departments are not integrated and frequently review satisfaction of the services for a better uh, user experience we can take the relatively. So, to review of say, empirical studies utilizing sample 54 processes of documented that e-governance contributes positively towards the efficiency and effectiveness, but the degree to which this occurs is contingent on the local conditions also. So, technology disseminations and policy contextual factors it affects. Though the literature indicates that descriptive and qualitative methodology with limited use of quantitative methods of investigating, such as regression analysis, is carried out for the data analytical process. One of the most frequent is experimental research of the Divedi at 2017. In summary, the literature suggests that e-governance has the ability to change service delivery in the public sector by promoting efficiency, transparency, and citizen satisfaction. But their achievement depends on infrastructural, institutional, and socio-cultural challenges. So next we move on to the methodology that focus particularly on a critical assessment of the literature to identify visible as well as less perceptible gaps in extent research to set a comprehensive future research agenda. So in addition, we also aim to dig deeper into the landscape of the available research in terms of the volume of scientific production and other bibliometric characteristics to gauge the extent and nature of scholarly engagement with the area to inform future research. So, to these ends, we executed our systematic review through 4 steps processing of scoping, specification, and execution of search protocols. So, shortlisting of contingent literature and quantitative and qualitative data analysis in all, we identified articles uh, that attended data analytic and e-governance as a core concern of the teams nowadays. So the findings means policy making is very much important nowadays, because if the wrong policy we take, it decline all the entire system. So that is for digital governments. Data analytic services and data analytic is very important in terms of efficiency. That is service delivery speed and cost effectiveness. Adoption barriers are the efficient measures for data analytics. For effectiveness, we use user satisfaction, transparency, accountability, and inclusivity. So the for all this, we mainly focus on the major cause for dissatisfaction as expressed by the citizen were officials making citizens to offices frequently for document verification, delay in disposal of service application. This is the unjustified rejections all we find during data analytical analyzing tool. So next, the data analytic is e-governance. Data analytic services in India provide infrastructure and expertise to government bodies to process and analyze large data sets, enabling data-driven decision making, improved service delivery, policy formulation, and increased transparency and efficiency. So services include building the analytical platforms, identifying the data needs with respect to the speed, with respect to the user satisfaction, and the how much the citizens are getting benefit from the government services. That is about the identifying the data. And then we have to access the data sources, then move on to developing the analytical solutions like dashboards. And dashboards are very important nowadays for easy to understand the benefits of governance services and how much the policies are actually benefited, like the dashboards. And then it also helps for fraud detection, where exactly we are getting more loopholes in the government implementation. And integrating the data from various government department under digital India initiative makes the reduction of the duplicate work in all the department. And also there is some evidence from secondary data analysis that e-governance programs tend to enhance efficiency, effectiveness in delivering services to the public, and these enhancements have led to quicker processing times, increased transparency, and higher level of citizen satisfaction. But success is delicate balance between technological investment, institutional capacities, and human element like stakeholder engagement and digital skills. So in this we found that there is a digital divide between the infrastructure as well as the capacity building in the institutions and the skill set of the engaged public as well as the government employees. So this is the policymaker aiming to derive the benefit from data analytic of data governance. Next, we move to the conclusion that e-governance has been aimed as a pillar of public sector reform, aiming to improve service delivery, efficiency, transparency, and citizen satisfaction through the use of digital technologies. This article empirically examines the efficiency and efficacy of e-governance services based on secondary data collected through published work, government publication, and international databases. The paper examines critical performance measures like pace of service delivery, user satisfaction, transparent and cost-effective service delivery, and does to through comparative and case study evidence in India and other developing countries. Findings indicate that across the board, while e-government program create opportunities for efficiency and effectiveness, results are contingent on institutional, technological, and socio-cultural context. The paper ends with a call for policy measures to overcome these challenges and to exact the best value of e-governance. The main problem or main issue with regards to the implementation is the policy measures. So if the actual policy we have to deliver is to reach the end of the citizens at the remote place. And that makes the digital divide, particularly in rural underprivileged communities, remains a significant barrier due to low internet penetration and limited digital literacy. So, additionally, institutional resistance means funding limitations and fragmented governance structures hinder the scalability and sustainability of e-governance. The literature reviewed indicates that while digital systems have the potential to transform service delivery, the effectiveness of implications is context dependent, relying heavily on institutional readiness. Interdepartmental coordination, leadership support, and policy continuity is a main uh, issue. So the study finds a gap in all these between standardized evaluation matrix, with most existing analysis relying on qualitative methods or case specific indicators. So all will go hand in hand, then only the e-governance will success. So for this, we have a recommendation that unified framework for measuring efficiency and effectiveness across the services and regions. For example, in urban and rural, there is some gap due to this infrastructure and digital divide. So we have to make some unified framework measures for measuring both efficiency and effectiveness. And policy recommendation include enhancing digital infrastructure in understand areas, promoting digital literacy among the citizens and public officials. And integrating feedback is also important to take from all the angle of the services and continuous improvement in also the services. In conclusion, the study reaffirms that e-governance can significantly improve public service delivery, but its success is contingent on addressing socio-technical barriers and ensuring equitable access. These findings offer internationally relevant insights for policymakers, practitioners seeking to implement to or improve digital governance systems that are inclusive, efficient, and citizen-centered. The all services are to citizen-centered. So uh, that's from my side, sir. Is there